Welcome back to another illustrious episode of your weekend briefing. On today's episode, guys, we're going to be discussing how a developer from the IOTA community has just created a plugin that is going to allow for IOTA to be accepted as forms of payment on all WordPress websites. We're also going to cover how Engine is working with the United Nations to use NFTs to address climate change. And on the subject of NFTs, I think I found that specific NFT project that I was ranting about in another video in the form of Wax. They've made some big news over the week. We're going to cover them as well. Also, did you know that Jay-Z is buying Senso? Maybe not him specifically, but Rock Nation and Sensorium are strengthening their partnership, guys. We're going to read from Sensorium's blog that details the recent purchase courtesy of Rock Nation, and it kind of highlights the feelings of both parties, as well as a potential rumor coming out of Stellar Lumens in their potential acquisition of MoneyGram. Got the details on that for you as well. And then we're going to conclude with a new topic of discussion coming out of the DigiByte community, courtesy of our friend Josiah Spackman. He has presented us with a new logo design that is causing a bit of stir in the community, but I'm going to give you my personal take on it because I think it's going to be a decent look going forward for DigiByte. All of that and more on your episode of The Weekend Brief. Stay tuned. Now, because we got so much to cover in this video, guys, I think I'm just going to jump straight to it. Now, a developer from the IOTA community by the name of Alexander has developed a plugin that will allow IOTA to be used as payment across all of WordPress websites. So if you have a website that's built on WordPress, you now have the option to add a plugin that allows you to accept IOTA payments. Now, his Twitter handle should be appearing somewhere on the screen right about now. I didn't want to mispronounce it or anything like that, but the tweet goes, "Finally, my plugin for WordPress is online. Now everyone can quickly find and install the plugin and use it in the integrated library. Just time to wait for the ledger." I found this very interesting because IOTA, well, crypto in general, it's a beautiful space to be a part of because only things like this happen in crypto. All right. This necessarily wasn't a top level executive in the IOTA Foundation or anything like that. It was just a community developer, someone with his own intuition, his own idea, contributing to a global community. And now everyone can reap the benefits of it. Okay. That's going to be massive. That is why I wanted to start with this video, some lightheartedness. We've had a little bit of recovery in the market, so I'm sure people are feeling pretty good. I know I made a couple more positions, especially into IOTA, before this news broke out, so I'm glad I did that. But yeah, the news of WordPress and IOTA now integrated together, that's going to be the beginning of something. It's definitely going to start a chain reaction, I believe. So once again, guys, shout out to Alexander. Make sure you guys go follow him. Let's support this. Maybe I might think about upgrading my site to WordPress. WordPress is, I'll admit, it's a bit complex, but compared to what I'm using, but it definitely gives you what you pay for and the effort that you put into it. So shout out to Alexander once again, and shout out to the IOTA community for landing this major plug. Speaking of the plug, Jay-Z is buying Sensorium. Now, again, another headline that no one is speaking about, and it completely blew my mind because I remember when I discovered Senso, guys, it was at 20 cents. And this was October of 2019. 2019. Now, I was not well adversed in the exchanges that I am now. Of course, I eventually did lock that down and acquire me some Senso. But when I found out how deep they were connected when it comes to the entertainment industry, it just got me more and more excited. Now, in a previous life before that, I happened to be very adamant on the microphone. And one of my biggest influences was the man himself, HOV. Now, I remember when there were points in his career where he had started to change direction. Simply put, he got real smart. Long story short, here we are today. I'm speaking to you about what he just did with Senso. Rock Nation has been purchasing Sensorium, and once I did the digging, for a few months now, quite a long time. Now, it says that Rock Nation, full service entertainment company, has purchased Sensorium's corporation Senso tokens. If you don't know, Senso is the in-platform currency of Sensorium Galaxy, a digital metaverse bringing people together through high-quality virtual entertainment developed in partnership with chart-topping artists and the globally recognized nightlife mogul Yan Pissanim. This vast entertainment-focused metaverse consists of multiple virtual worlds, each of which feature a particular type of content. Now, these virtual worlds I have, featured to you before on the past. I have a cup of videos, a cup of them. If you would like to drink these videos, you can. But I have a couple videos on this channel speaking about Sensorium where I show you guys these different worlds that they're creating. Okay. Different worlds that are being created in the metaverse, in the digital realm and whatnot. But I have a couple quotes from Rock Nation and Sensorium, starting with Desiree Perez, CEO of Rock Nation. She states that Sensorium Galaxy is well positioned to take the entertainment industry to the next level. Their digital metaverse has a strong focus on quality, which is exactly what we want for our extensive artist base. Now, the chief communications officer at Sensorium, Brian King, he responded by saying that this deal is evidence that entertainment leaders are realizing the big opportunities that Sensorium, that digital environments and their economies represent for the entire industry. By owning Senso tokens, Rock Nation is taking a step towards the future of entertainment, giving their artists a chance to potentially benefit from global content distribution through Sensorium Galaxy and safeguard ownership rights of all their digital content. Now, that last piece, that's a very important piece. To safeguard ownership over their content. One of the biggest problems any artists face. And if you're an artist and you're watching this video and I'm right, please let it be known down in the comments. It's something that needs to be addressed. But one of the biggest problems that artists face is actually owning their own stuff. Okay? It's impossible. It can be done. It can be managed if you have the right team and the right connections and this, that, and the third. But if you're an independent artist, it is very difficult. That is why I was so thankful for platforms such as Audius. When Audius came around, it changed the entire game. I was able to put all of my content on Audius and just leave it there. And this is stuff that was recorded back in 2014. So the future is here, guys. The future is here. But another thing I wanted to add was the fact that Jay-Z, Rock Nation itself, I've read the one book about Jay-Z's life that he allowed to be published. And in it, it gives a very detailed picture on how this man thinks. And if you are able to find that book, it was written by another author, with Jay-Z's permission. But You can find this book, and it gives you an idea on how Jay-Z thinks. And when you read through that and get an understanding, a move like this does not surprise me at all. Now, what was surprising is when I learned that Engine Coin is working with the United Nations. Now, here's the story. Engine plans to use NFTs to promote sustainability and equality as a member of a UN pact. The only entity referred to as the UN is the UN. So, yes, you are hearing that correctly. Engine Coin is working with the UN. The United Nations Global Compact, a non-binding pact aimed at encouraging businesses to adopt sustainable, socially responsible policies, has accepted non-fungible token and blockchain gaming platform Engine as a participant. Now, notice there where they say that this compact is a non-binding pact aimed at encouraging businesses to adopt sustainable and socially responsible policies. A couple days ago, I covered how BlackRock CEO essentially broke it down to the G20 and the United Nations about how they needed to do that. So, notice the trickle effect here. But goes on to state that the United Nations has listed 17 goals on sustainable development that it hopes to achieve by 2030, including reducing inequality, providing quality education, encouraging responsible consumption and production. Esther Chang, executive director of the Global Compact Network in Singapore, says Engine's involvement with the UN Pact could help meet these goals, as technology plays a very important role. Sticking with the subject of technology, NFT technology is going to bring us to Wax, because Wax, also known as the World Asset Exchange, is in the headlines after they surpassed 5 million user accounts, as well as proclaiming that they have gone fully carbon neutral. But one thing that I like about Wax is not only their user platform, because I am a user of the Wax platform, but it's their mainstream partnerships. They have partnerships with Atari, Street Fighter, Topps, the well-known tradable collectible card game manufacturer, Capcom, as well as their recent release with Street Fighter 5. So, when it comes to using NFTs for the art purposes and the entertainment purpose, Wax is doing this job efficiently. Now, here's another thing that I'm noticing. The first NFT run that we had was centered around art being sold. Now, I hope you notice that it's slowly seeping into the realm of entertainment, because you see Fox is also getting involved in the NFT space, as well as Marvel. Like, officially now, they're going to allow their characters to be licensed as NFTs. So what we're seeing is phases. We're seeing phases play out here when it comes to uh, bringing the masses towards the true purpose of what NFTs are all about. Thus is why I think between Wax and Engine, I've definitely found the NFT project that I'm looking for. As of time of recording, Wax is actually, it has recovered a little bit, sitting somewhere around 12 cents. Decent buy opportunity. And Engine, of course, we've seen Engine's price performance in the past. And yeah, it does crazy things. But subject of the matter, guys, is that Wax is showing some decent price momentum. Now, another project with some momentum is Stellar Lumens. A few days ago, we got word of their partnership with the Liquid Exchange, and now word has come out that they may be potentially looking to acquire MoneyGram. Now, the details on this one, they have been tightly sealed. The article that I'm sourcing this from is literally a paragraph and a half long, but it still has a lot to say, starting with San Francisco-based Stellar, which oversees a network for facilitating cross-border payments, is working with Advent on a potential acquisition of MoneyGram, said the people who asked not to be identified because this matter isn't public. No final decision has been made, and Stellar and Advent could opt not to proceed with a deal. Now, you wouldn't have published a headline if there wasn't a potential that it was going to happen. Like, honestly, let's think about this for a second. Why even run the story? And I got this out of Bloomberg, ladies and gentlemen. Bloomberg. Okay. Very reputable source. Now, of course, we can throw into the argument who owns the media companies, this, that, and the third. But knowing all of that, that just further reinforces the reason we need to have this discussion. Are they or are they not going to buy MoneyGram? And if so, what effect will that have on the price of Stellar? What effect would that have on the crypto market? Because that would be another example of the legacy system coming over in the form of MoneyGram and Stellar Lumens. Okay. And then, like I mentioned before, like Stellar is the people's currency. It would only make sense that they would use the people's payment method in the form of MoneyGram. So if you ask me, I think that there is a high chance of them acquiring MoneyGram down the line. We probably won't hear about this again for another 2 to 3 months once the next bull phase has really kicked off and, XRP just that case is over and there's a momentum of positive news and Stellar just slides on in like, yep, we acquired MoneyGram for such and such amount of billions of dollars and we use Stellar Lumens to do it. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. So still big news, Stellar in the works potentially of acquiring MoneyGram. And it's definitely something to look out for. If it's anybody who could, it's definitely Stellar Lumen. So now we're going to talk about the most recent topic of discussion in the DigiByte space. It looks to be that we are going through a rebranding phase. Okay. And this is causing a bit of a stir in the community. So I felt that I wanted to share it with you guys to see how you felt about the new look and about the new designs. I wanted to give my opinion because I personally feel as though this is going to be a good look for DigiByte going forward. Okay, we're going to start with, though, this hat. Boy, look at this hat. It's a nice hat. Okay, that's just the beginning. But another thing I wanted to show you guys, this is going to be the base logo here. Now, I had to get out my phone so that way I could see what you guys will see on the screen there. But yes, this is going to be like the base logo, the front, the face of the brand. And then here we have a look of what the potential Twitter page is going to look like. Follow DigiByte on Twitter, of course. Now, next we have these primary icons, these little logo here. Now, these I really like. And I'm going to tell you why. Because these are going to look very dope on Coinbase when that listing happens, But seriously, these are going to look very nice, guys. And the main reason why I like this new design is because it looks very futuristic. It looks very techy. The look has a feel to it, if you know what I'm saying. The look has a very decent feel to it. And I believe that it's going to fit in nicely next to a list of 100 other projects. It's still going to stand out. That's what's going to make it stand out. Honestly, the previous DigiByte logo, the one that I wear so proudly, of course, it doesn't really pop, It doesn't really pop. And one thing that really sets a company apart, of course, this is a crucial piece, is the branding. Can't get around it. Can't do nothing about it. If you don't brand the product that you have properly, nobody will buy it. It'll just be like if I got on here and just made YouTube videos telling you that Bitcoin was going to 100,000 over and over again. Just over and over again. Every video, Bitcoin's going to 100,000. In reality, we just crashed 15%, but it's still going to 100,000. Just every single video. That's not decent branding. Just no thought to that. But this logo, these new designs, guys, I really like. Personally, I like, and I can't wait to add them to my shirt. Okay. So, but yeah, with that being said, guys, that's really all I got for you. That's all I got for you. I want you to have a great weekend, especially if you found value in this video. If you're new, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for me, as well as get down at me in the comments. We talked about a lot in this video. Let me hear your opinions. Express your opinion. Let's talk about it. If not, of course, have a great weekend. If you're about to get into something and something crosses your mind, you want to get at me personally, you can always send me an email at digitalhustlenews@gmail, or you can contact me through the website at digitalhustlenews.io. But with all that being said, guys, you know what I'm going to tell you. Have a great day. Have a prosperous day. But most importantly, make that money. I'll see you in the next video.